Crinacle took Blessing 3 and decided to cure all its flaws. And then he decided to add DSP to it and launch it soon. Before starting, Truth Here Zero Red giveaway is going on this video, so do check it out after this video. Well, these are the hottest and the most controversial IEM in the market right now. These are Moondrop x Crinacle DUSK. These were the hardest IEM to review as well, since these are literally two IEMs. You just change the cable and you have another IEM right in your hand. Well, how does it fare? Let's find out. Let's start with accessories. It comes with two sets of cables, one 3.5 mm and other DSP cable, 3 sets of spring tips, leather case and an airplane adapter. Well, I think all of the accessories with Moondrop DUSK comes in the category of either good or usable, except spring tips. I am personally not a fan of spring tips, and especially these I am not a fan. They are very sticky. That's why I used ASLA and SpinFit throughout my testing, since the material on these tips doesn't suit me. The case provided with it is same as that of Blessing 3. However, in the material of Aria 2 case, I always appreciate hard case, and it is welcomed in DUSK as well, as they keep your IEM safe. Now the cables that it comes with are good. You get 3.5 mm and a DSP cable. The quality of DSP cable is nice. However, it is same as that of Moondrop May cable, or you can say Aria 2 cable. So Moondrop could have at least provided a better quality cable with a $359 IEM. So you can take it two-way. One, that they are providing very nice cable for a $60 or a $80 IEM, or they are providing a poor quality cable for a $359 IEM. I would say choose your own opinion. When I talk about 3.5 mm cable, again, it is not up to the mark for the price it comes with. It's a nice cable with no microphonic and nice to touch. However, it could have been a little bit more sturdy. If they could have made at least 3.5 mm cable a little sturdier, it could have been a complete package. Personally, DUSK feels like it got its essence from all Moondrop products. Cable and case from May and Aria 2, shell from Blessing 3, faceplate from Dark Saber, and Moondrop app from Bara Bara No Mi. If you know, you know. When it comes to design, my thoughts for Blessing 3 are valid here as well. I like the design. It's way cooler in person as compared to what I described in this video in February when I was anticipating Moondrop DUSK. It's a sturdy build and a tad bit lighter feeling than Blessing 3. And for comfort, again, both are very similar and are not for small ears. I like this Dark Saber kind of design. When it comes to drivers as well, there's a slight change as compared to Blessing 3. It comes with 2 DD isobaric driver for bass, 2 balance armature for mids, and 2 microplanners for the treble ranges. They are easy to drive IEMs. However, they will require at least an entry-level DAC to unlock their full potential. Talking about full potential, Moondrop Link app. You know my thoughts from here and here, that how much I like this app. To summarize, it's an awful app, not awful app. And in one word, as I always describe this one, it's buggy. My major issues with that is, sometimes it does not even detect the IEM itself. Additionally, whenever you are changing the preset and clicking apply, it shuts off and start. Your music is off and then you play it again. It's not a very pleasant experience when you're playing around with the app. And finally, the app for Apple version is unusable. So without losing much time, let's dive into the sound. So for sound, I have divided it into 2 categories. 1, the analog sound with 3.5 mm cable, and 2, the DSP default cable that comes with Moondrop DUSK. So let's start with analog sound. Well, if you have seen my Blessing 3 review, you know how much I love the set. So Moondrop DUSK basically took all the feedbacks and improved upon it. So as compared to Blessing 3, Moondrop DUSK comes with slight bass boost, which gives it a better body and a bit of tamed upper mid and treble ranges. If you found Blessing 3 a bit lean, this bass boost definitely helped in providing that body. However, I will still categorize Moondrop DUSK towards a bit leaner side. However, not so much. It still maintains all those qualities from Blessing 3. That excellent quality of bass, precise attack, detailed decay, that clarity and resolution, it's still there. Let me break it down for you, starting with the bass. I said in my Blessing 3 review that if you think the bass is lacking, give it a slight bass boost around 60 to 300 Hz and it has capability to become the beast. Well, they did it with Moondrop Dusk and they did it in a very tasteful manner. It provided a better physicality to the bass overall without compromising the quality of the bass. You still get that beautiful isobaric bass quality, and at the same time it's a very tight and rhythmic bass with excellent speed. Listen to Giorgio by Marauder by Daft Punk. Around 7 minutes, there's a beautiful bass line that comes into the music, and these IEM portray them beautifully. You literally feel every string of that particular bass line with crisp and finer details. And the timbre of the instrument is just fantastic. And that is not the excellent part of the analog sound. The excellent part of the analog sound is mids and the treble. The mids are natural, separated and melodious. The vocals sound so good on Dusk, you will just love them. I was listening to Adele's Rolling in the Deep, and at around 40 seconds, her voice starts filling the room. And at the same time, each and every instrument had its separate space altogether. With nothing loses in any terms of details, it was just an amazing experience listening to those vocals on these IEMs. While listening to the same song, you'll realize the timbre on these IEMs is just excellent. All those drum hits, snares, cymbal hits come with those vocals very authentically. It's just gorgeous. The treble is very well extended in the analog sound of Moondrop Dusk. They do not lose shimmer on those end notes as well. I would like to mention another song of Adele here, that is Set Fire to the Rain. There's a cymbal hit around your right ear just behind you around every 8th beat on this song. Many IEMs are not able to gather that level of detail as well, and this IEM gives you all the details of that notes with that sustained shimmer. It's an excellent experience. On the technical side as well, Moondrop Dusk is an excellent IEM. It piled upon the excellent capabilities of Moondrop Blessing 3 and gave it a slight edge over Blessing 3 with that holographic soundstage. It gives you a perception of a little bit of extra depth as compared to Blessing 3. Especially when you're playing video games, it comes in handy. Let me give you a reference for those gamers out there, especially those who play Call of Duty. So in Call of Duty, on the roof behind the helicopter crash in Crash map, I was able to gather that someone was coming from the first stair, then they took the turn from the room and came on the top roof. It is so precise. Overall, it's a very clinical set with a slight bass boost, so technical on these are just strong. They perform really well in terms of rhythm and timing, dynamic ranges as well. It's an excellent technical set with 3.5mm cable. Just FYI, you'll be needing a DAC for these. They need a bit of power to perform, but at least an entry-level DAC would be required here. Well, the analog sound was very impressive. However, how does it fare in the DSP version? That's what everyone was excited about. Let's find out. DSP cable that it comes with is preloaded with Dusk default preset. So for the first time, whenever you are going to hook them in any of your device, you're going to listen Dusk default. So let's talk about that first, because most of us are going to listen to that one because it is that amazing. You know how I said in analog version that for some it might still be a little lean? Well, here come the DSP version. It's basically a warm and richer version of the analog version. So once you put DSP cable on Moondrop Dusk, the overall experience changes. The overall bass quality becomes intense and excellent, with some boost till about 600 Hz in the mids as well. It gives it a bit of warm and richer mids with excellent bass and treble ranges. However, as seen in the graph, it might look like a darker version of the analog preset. Well, it is not the case. It still has that shimmer, that twinkle in the treble region. However, the things that got a bit changed are in the mids. Mids got a smidge warmer and bit more richer, and especially the male vocals get elevated a lot. However, at the same time, female vocals lose a bit of extension as well. And with this added warmth, you get that rich experience in the mids. However, at the same time, the separation of the mids get hit slightly as compared to the analog version, giving it a bit more center stage to the vocals. Overall, according to me, the DSP cable is working more towards the musicality of these IEMs as compared to the technical and clinical nature of the 3.5mm cable. While the analog gives you astounding technical capabilities, DSP going to give you amazing musicality. And do not get me wrong, DSP is no slouch either in terms of technicalities. I'm just comparing it with the analog version. which is a smidge better in terms of technicalities as compared to DSP. Both of these sets can easily compare with any $500 IEM in the market. To summarize, DSP gives you exciting bass, enhanced mid-bass thumb, warm mids, adjusting a bit on technicalities. And for those chosen ones who can access the Moondrop app, well, DSP comes with some preloaded tunings like Dusk V, Harman, Bass Plus, and Diffuse Tilted. Well, all of them are well done tuning, where Harman is following a perfect Harman adjusted target. All other tunings preserve overall mids like DSP default and putting some variation on bass and treble region. For example, if I talk about Bass Plus has the most amount of bass. While I'm not a fan of that amount of bass, I think this is the best representation I have seen of bass boosted preset EQ in any IEM. It enhances the overall bass and at the same time maintain the same excellent quality of the bass as well without mingling much on the mids. It's an excellent take and it is a very good preset if you love your bass. And then the Dusk V version has a slight boost in both bass and treble region. It is a very good preset for those who like V-shaped tuning. However, in my opinion, Dusk DSP default is tuned better than that, and that is a better option as compared to the Dusk V tuning. Finally, they came up with an interesting take on Diffuse Tilted tuning as well. For those who want that very clean and open sound focused, especially on mids, Dusk DF Tilted is for you. I think these are very good presets that are provided with Dusk DSP, and for those who refrain to learn how to EQ, this is a gold mine. Now let's clear some doubt regarding DSP. There was a doubt regarding the noise floor. I did not get any noise floor on these IEMs whatsoever. I have been testing them for almost a month now and no problems. So if you are getting noise floor, please check your USB source as well. That can be one of the issue. And if you're still getting that noise floor, I think it's time to use the warranty. For your reference, I tested them on Samsung S22 Ultra, Samsung S10e, MacBook M1 Pro, iPhone 15 Pro Max and Pixel 7. And yes, the iPhone Conundrum. Well, the Moondrop app does not work on iPhone. However, in past 1 month of testing, I was able to find some solutions for that. Well, the default DSP is pre-cooked in the cable. So if you put them in your iPhone, you're directly getting that DSP default sound. No need to use any app, no need to open any app. So if you're someone who always use your IEMs on default mode, just put them on. They are DSP default. It's a nice tuning, provides you amazing musicality. However, if you are the one who likes to play around like me, well, there is solution. If you have some Android phone lying around or someone in your family has that, use that app, change the preset, change the EQ according to yourself, and this DSP has a memory of itself. Once you change it, you can connect them to any device and then they sound default by the EQ that you have selected. So no need to even open the app. Well, yes, it is a hassle and I do not like it. For me, if you're a company and you're providing me a product with certain feature, it better work or you work on it. But honestly, most of us are going to use them on default DSP, which does not require any app whatsoever. Now finally, do you need to upgrade your Blessing 3 to Blessing Dusk? It's a solid no. If you already have a Blessing 3, learn to EQ, you can EQ them to your Dusk and they sound almost identical to them. I even tried to experiment putting DSP cable on them and try to EQ. It was a fun experiment. They sound almost identical to them after EQs. So I would say save your wallets. To conclude, I would say Moondrop Dusk is an enhanced version of Blessing 3 with additional tunings and capabilities. I think Crinacle has done a fantastic job on these. So Moondrop Dusk Analog gets 5-star and Moondrop Dusk DSP gets 4-star from my side. Overall, I would say it's a solid 5-star IEM. I would have given DSP version as 5-star as well if the app would have worked. Overall, Dusk gets a big recommendation from my side if you're looking something in this particular budget. I love the set and it's a beautiful sounding technical set of IEMs. Why I deducted 1 mark for DSP? Well, if you give something that doesn't work, you lose point. Additionally, if you're providing an app or DSP, you had enough time to improve upon it. it just shows that you don't care much. I wanted to compare them with Hype 4, however I could not procure one. So I'm trying to get my hands on Hype 4. So I'll include Dusk in that review so that you get a better comparison between Hype 4 and Dusk. Well, this was it for Moondrop Dusk. Do subscribe and I'll see you on the next one.